Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our lunchtime coffee chat. My name is Katlego Matlala, and I will be your host for today's session. So to get right into it, we have invited Claire Terink, who is a SACAP Global learner, to the webinar. She'll be speaking about her online learning journey as she has completed 3 online micro-credential courses. She's completed Intro to Human Behavior, Factors Influencing Human Behavior, and Effective Interpersonal Communication. Claire is a single mom, practitioner and coach, and a qualified advanced trauma release exercise facilitator. And I'll talk about a woman who is very busy. Claire, welcome to our lunchtime coffee chat, and thank you for joining us. To get right into it, Claire, I just want to find out a little bit about your online journey, like as the webinar is about. But I wanted to find out from you, why did you decide to sign up for a specialized short course?
Thank you and good afternoon. Well, I'm like a serial learner. So, but being a single mom and also being self-employed, the courses that I choose have to fit in with being a single mom. So it's got to be flexible, and being relatively new to the online space, it had to be easy enough to work with, as well as kind of fulfilling a goal of mine to complete a degree. So I did a bunch of research, and at that time it was the micro-credentials were a new offering from SACAP, and did the research, and what I really liked was that they were stackable and it was manageable to do the 6 to 8 week courses, do 2 or 3 of them to be, to be stacked and then towards a module exemption. So that really, really stood out for me. The next thing that stood out for me was that it was flexible. I could still work full time. I could, still do my parental duties and then also, work online and towards that goal.
Absolutely. And I think we all value a little bit of flexibility, especially if you're a working mom and balancing business as well. But do you also feel like you received value from the short courses that you've done?
Oh, 100%. I think working with people and working in communication and working in therapy, I think it's important to up one's communication skills. I don't think we can have enough of that. And then as well as understanding human behavior, not just on a personal level, did it add incredible value to my relationships, my communication with my children, communication with family, but with my work it was invaluable. It really deepened kind of my learning, my understanding and empathy towards my clients. And I think that added value for my clients as well.
Awesome. I love how it also sort of feeds into your business as well as your home life as well, because I think learning is not just learning for a particular sort of section of your life. It's just holistically in a sense. That is really amazing. And do you also feel like you now at this moment, as you are applying your newfound knowledge and the practical skills that you've gained in your day-to-day runnings of your business and what you currently are involved in?
Yes, 100%. I think it's always a continuous growth. You always learn something new, and with these micro credentials, the variety really, really helped, and the peer engagement was really stood out. So you can really get some different perspectives, and yeah, the value towards my work was incredible. The different skills and the practical tools that I learned from some of these micro credentials were great. I also did the growth mindset, which was just like a 10-hour course, and that one was really, really, really great. I had actually wished that I had found that one before I started studying, because these courses have kind of evoked like a little study bug in me. So now I'm going for it.
Is it? Yeah, true to such long life learner. So also, Claire, I know a lot of, I think, working professionals now value studying online, right? And that comes with a lot of technology and a lot of the things that you need to actually log into and do this and that. I'm a bit of a technophobe myself, but how was your online learning experience with what you sort of studied, I would say, SACAP Global?
I think that anybody that knows me would say, like, I repel technology. I kind of just click until I hopefully find it. And that was one of my biggest concerns, was moving from doing face-to-face learning to online work. But opening that open learning platform, it was a breeze. So my confidence certainly picked up, which definitely helped me engage a little bit more. The platform was super easy to use. And it had so much variety. So there was the peer engagement. We got feedback from the educators. There were slides, there were articles, there were videos, there were presentations. So the variety was really, really great. So it really kept me hooked and interested in studying, which is amazing.
Okay, and I'm very glad to hear that. Is it safe to say now that you believe in continuously developing on both a personal and a professional level at this point?
Oh, 100%. I think it's kind of like an obligation to ourselves, or to myself, personally and professionally, to keep growing and keep developing. I think that especially when it comes to communication, it's sometimes difficult to have difficult conversations, and these courses really, the significant thing was that it helped me with those things, those difficult conversations, made me feel more confident in having them, whether it was with my children or whether it was with others. And that continuous growth definitely is needed. It's more than just, a want to do it. I think it's really worth it, and really needed, especially in today's world, where although we have online and we're connecting really well, and where we wouldn't have before, face-to-face communication seems to have taken a little bit of a back seat. And I think it really deepens that and solidifies that, creating a little bit more understanding, and a little bit more empathy. And I think that by continuously growing, we can create some healing and some wholeness. Again.
Absolutely. So I'm going to put you on the spot here, right? So if you had to describe the SACAP Global short courses in one word, what would that be?
Can I give you one word and then ramble on about it?
I'm happy with that.
So I would say, the one word would be encompassing or fulfilled. And the reason I say that is because the signing up for the courses and doing the courses did so much for me. It helped me gain confidence in working online. It fulfilled all my ticked my boxes of study/life workings. I was able to adapt to that, or rather it adapted to me. And it fulfilled my kind of learning at a way that was manageable for me. So I could still keep up with, parenting and working, and so encompassing and fulfilling. Sorry, you have two words. I very much felt like my studies with the micro credentials were very fulfilling.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I also am aware, a little birdie whispered to me, that you are currently busy with the higher certificate in counseling and communication skills. that you're currently competing with SACAP local brand. And I just wanted to just find out, obviously now moving from online and also being able to do this as well, that is a bit of a longer program. How is that going and how are you finding it?
Oh, I'm loving it, and it's certainly the micro credentials. The reason I did the micro credentials was, I was titrating that process. I stuck my toe in and said, can I manage this? Is this okay with the life balance and everything? And because I could manage that, it gave me the confidence to take on this longer project. And I'm absolutely loving it. It's the platform is also really, really great. The peer engagement is great. Yeah, so it's really going well, and I'm loving the challenges. I always, whenever I feel uncomfortable, I tend to lean in towards that. So I'm loving this newness.
That is absolutely amazing. And I think I wasn't wrong when I said you are one busy woman. So there's quite a lot going on, which is amazing, and I think looking at you and having completed all these various courses just for self-development and being able to move all of that into other areas of your life, business-wise and personal as well, is really amazing. Reminder to our attendees or guests to please send through your questions in the Q&A box if you do have any specific questions that you would like to find out either from Claire or just maybe find out about some of the courses that she has completed with SACAP Global. I will pop into the chat box and the Q&A box as well, just to sort of see if there isn't any questions that may have come through while we were having our chat. Just please give me a second while I navigate that.
There we go. I must say, you guys chose the perfect title, the lifelong
Yeah, of course.
learner. I couldn't have said it better myself.
And also the question is, do you ever stop learning? So I think we all continuously, whether it's through just your day-to-day interactions with people, there's just always, it is literally just a lifelong learning journey, and it's on its own. So one of the questions that have come through is which course would you recommend for someone that has stage fright? I think I'm just liking to call our global team to come up. I think Caroline, who is the head of global, would be maybe able to come up and just maybe give a little bit of insight in terms of how we can navigate that in a sense. Caroline, please join us on the screen.
Hi, everyone. So one of the courses I would suggest in relation to that is how to have difficult conversations. Not that you are on stage, but trust me, when you have those difficult conversations, sometimes you feel like you're on a stage, right? Because they're not easy conversations to have. But the reason why I recommend that course is because in that course, it looks firstly at how do you show up in the world? How are you grounded as a person? How to ground yourself in your own sense of self, of who you are, and become confident in that way, which then enables us to have a secure base to reach out into the world from, and to then have difficult conversations, either one-on-one with other people, which is largely what the course is about, but also to, stand up on stage and present and communicate. Because even in difficult conversations, you're needing to articulate yourself well and clearly, being aware of who the audience is and how they're going to receive you. And a lot of those dynamics are still in play when you're on stage as well. So that is one of our short courses. It's not a micro-credential, but it's a short course that runs for 20 hours, and you can complete it over a 3-month period. The next 3-month period starts in April. So maybe have a look at that one on our website if it sounds interesting to you.
Thank you so much, Caroline. I'm seeing another one that popped in, and the question is asking, can I do more than one micro-credential at a time?
I'll jump in for that, but Claire, you can also jump in because you've lived, doing micros. But I would say look at your time schedules, because on average, the micros have different lengths. Some are 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. And we say that they take on average about 10 hours a week per micro. So if you are trying to do 2 at once, you'd need to have quite a bit of free time, i.e. 20 hours a week at least, where you can then do the 2 courses justice for yourself. So yeah, that would be my advice, would just be, we're all different in different places in our lives. So see if you've got that time available. And then if you do, then you should be able to manage doing more than one micro at a time.
I
Claire,
can
would you like to add to
I can totally relate to that, Caroline. I purposefully did just the one, just to see how it would fit those 10 hours in. And it's some inner work too. So you want to spend some time on that and the reflecting on that. But it's not impossible to do two at once.
Yeah,
Thank
and I
you
think
so much.
thanks for bringing up that point as well, Claire, that she's mentioned there around the inner work. So yes, you're absorbing content and knowledge, but how we grow best is when we're actually showing the mirror up on ourselves. How are these concepts and theories I'm learning about showing up in my life? And that takes quite a bit of time and energy as well to get the most benefit for yourself. So yeah, so don't sell yourself short by not giving it the time and justice so that you can get the most benefit from the courses.
Thank you so much, ladies. Claire, there's one question, just about two of them that just popped in for you that I'd like you to please assist in shedding light on. So this reads, which course had the biggest impact on your personal development?
I think that between the growth mindset, which was just the 10-hour one, really got me into the mind frame of learning and adapting. And then the effective interpersonal communication was a great one for me. I mean, I'm in communication, I do communication coaching, but that one was really, really powerful for me. The tools and the insights that I learned was invaluable.
Thank you so much. Another one that popped in for you, Claire. So if you did not do the higher certificate for whatever reason, would you have done another micro credential? And if so, which one?
I would have done all of them. Just before I signed up for the higher certificate, I had already signed up for 2 more of the micro credentials. So safe to say I was on a track to do all of them. I think I would have, my aim was to stack the credentials. So I would have, Caroline, you're going to have to help me. Which one was the one after? It was the intro into human behavior. And then there were 2 that followed that for the stackable.
Factors influencing human behavior. And then after effective interpersonal communication, it would have been advanced interpersonal communication.
Yes, so that's the one I would have completed next. So that I could stack them. It's just a spectacular idea. So. Especially for those that aren't able to give that full commitment, and able to do the degree, whether online and flexi or in campus. The micro credential thing is really helpful.
Thank you so much, Claire. Caroline, I just need your help a little bit. Question is asking, when does the next course start?
The next set of courses start on Monday, actually, Monday, the 13th of March. So there is still a couple of days to sign up if you want to get going. But also you'll see when you go to our website that there's several courses throughout the year. So you can also plan and pick a time that would work best for you.
Thank you. So I've got another one, Caroline, which I'm needing assistance with. So this reads, I'm currently studying a bachelor's degree in social sciences with a different college, majoring in psychology and sociology. Is it possible to apply for honors degree with SACAP? Would doing micro credentials and short courses help in the transition?
That's a great question. And there's 2 kinds of answers. So the one answer is in relation to getting admission to any degree, there's certain criteria that obviously need to be met to get into that degree. So with an honors degree, you obviously have to have successfully completed your undergrad with certain pass levels, etc. So that has to be fulfilled. However, where micros come in, of course, is they are bringing in a lot of tools and knowledge and experience that you can apply, where we're actually applying the knowledge that you're learning as well. So SACAP is very practical in all of its teachings. So right from day one, we try to get learners to apply things. Other institutions are not always like that. So one of the advantages the micros may bring into your space is that it is bringing an applied component where not only are you learning tools and skills, but you're also able to self-reflect that we spoke about earlier. And all of that will help you develop as a person. And as Claire was saying earlier, it impacts your whole life, you know, your workspace, your study space, and your personal life. And so from that perspective, I think if you look at the courses and you feel that there are some that are going to help you grow and develop as a person, then absolutely it will set you up for better success in whatever next stage of your life is, whether it's studying an honors degree or something else. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much. I think there's just a few questions that kept coming through. I'm just going to have a look to see. Just trying to have a look to see as well. So just still to follow up on that, Caroline, just the previous question that you answered. The question is, I mean, being a full-time SACAP student, would it mean having too much on my plate to apply for a micro-credential? Obviously, I'm assuming we spoke about the fact that time management becomes a little bit of a thing where you need to be able to juggle, but if you can maybe just give a little bit of insight in terms of that and just direction for that.
Yeah, I would say, although we would, you know, love you to do a micro-credential, it is something you'd have to consider quite carefully, because if you're studying with SACAP full-time, you're probably doing 3 full modules, you know, at once. And to bring in something else on top of that might be quite challenging. But again, it would depend on your own time availability in the week. And that would be, you know, hard to assess from our side. Yeah, but do think carefully about it, because you obviously want to give your best to, you know, whatever you're studying, and not compromise that by overloading yourself too much.
Thank you very much. Claire, I just have another question that popped in for you. This reads, I just want to know, where are you based, and did you require to do a bridging course based on sort of, I think this person is not in the country, is from a different country. So they just wanted to know if you were required to do a bridging course based on the requirements for the micro-credentials.
Well, I'm based in Cape Town, and no, I didn't have to do any bridging courses for the micro-credential.
I think it is safe to say we have come to the end of our sessions. There aren't any questions. Firstly, thank you so much, Claire, for taking the time out to chat to us and give us an overview of what your overall experience has been with our SACAP Global micro-credentials. I have a feeling we'll see you again doing one of them as well, just after your higher certificate. I would also like to thank all our attendees for taking the time out to be with us this afternoon, and hope you will come back again when we do delve more into more of our courses and what Claire and some of our other students have been through as well. Thank you so much to our panelists as well for taking the time out to be with us. Please leave your email addresses in the chat box if we have missed any of your questions, and kindly follow us on our social media accounts to stay up to date with any of our new program launches, and to also watch the video again, as it will be uploaded on our social media platforms. Also, please be advised that SACAP Global offers course discounts and giveaways. So to stay up to date with promotions and sales, please subscribe using the link that has been shared with you in the chat box. Thank you once again to everyone for joining us this afternoon, and we hope you have a wonderful afternoon further, and look forward to you being part of our lifelong journey with SACAP Global.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kat. Thank you, Claire.